Any plans for like, I mean, you're super excited about 2020. So like, what's something that you're like, we're doing this and this is what I'm doing? Because you said you have a
Renegade ride.
1-3 and Renegade ride. Boom. All right.
Yeah,
What's
that's
that?
100%. I started, there's a lot of support coming from Canada. Death Defied, what's up, baby? But a lot of the riders out there, they follow the channel since the beginning. There's this fella, Troy, who had his dying after I got my street bob. I came across the page on Instagram, and that became the style I was trying to emulate, which was club style. And initially, I was going to do ape hangers and Vance and high short shots, and I kind of went whoop, quick 180, and that was what I was trying to get at. And then there was this other buddy, Will, who we started talking. He used to be from Texas. He served the Marines, thankful for their service and all for the veterans. And that little by little, it started just growing. And there's tons of support in Canada for some reason. There's a couple in Toronto, but most of them are just in Alberta. And then a couple more people started producing content up there. There's Little Gypsy, Johanna, or however you pronounce her name, and then Culture Status. And they just put out so much content. I was like, well, that's dope. And then they started this Renegade Riot. I think it was 3 years ago. I think this will be the third year. The first year, I think it was 50 people. I don't even know these numbers are accurate. This is just what I saw on Instagram. I think it was 50 people. It was still a big event, you know, for them just first year doing it. And it just looked like a blast. And then a couple of buddies and I were talking about going the second year, and it grew, I mean, tenfold. And so this year, the tickets sell so fast. They put them, I think it's December or January, they'll put them for pre-sale. And they usually sell out by January, and it's 6 months in advance, which is insane. And it's just so welcoming. Like all types are welcome. And then they usually close the gate. So where you're there for the two days, it's usually just a weekend because there's alcohol that's served, and they're just a close knit family. And it's just, it looks like a fun time, dude.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Though I don't know too much about those types of things. Like typically all I do is like one charity ride a year. My wife went to Babes Ride Out. So that's the only thing I can equate to what you're trying to say. So is it like just a big social, and that's pretty much what it is? I mean, sometimes you guys can like, I guess, leave to go ride, but I mean, it's mainly just the social event that bikes bring you guys all together. Is that what that is all about?
Yeah. And then they have events there. I like to call it what Sturgis started off as, where it's kind of people come together. And I don't want to put them that much, like, in a nutshell, but that's kind of what I think of when I see it. And because it's just a lot of people who enjoy riding motorcycles, they enjoy each other's company, and then they have games. They have like get the hot dog off the string while you're riding. They have you push a keg with your bike, and it just looks like so much fun. You're camping and enjoying the wilderness with like-minded people. And because there's certain events where you go out there and they're meant to bring people together, but you get there and everyone has their own cliques where, I mean, it's just you show up and you're trying to be friendly. They're like, hey, come out to this event. And you show up and they're just like, oh, what's up? And they just kind of go back. What's the whole point of doing that? And this is the exact opposite of what I've started to notice. And I think there's been a shift where one of my buddies in New York, Brooklyn, that he had said that he noticed in IMS this year that there was a shift towards newer riders, which I thought was amazing. That previous years, it was kind of like people in the industry or who are real close to the industry that just buy, cool. But a lot, you have to think about it. It's the weekend warrior, if you have to put them in a cast or whatever, or a label, that those are people who really stimulate this industry because they're the ones buying everything and they're just the ones investing. That's cool. I want to invest this in my bike. I love it because a lot of times they work a lot. They just have all that money to spend where you have to be welcoming to everyone. Even if you don't like them, cool, you don't like their style. Like that's the one thing that's so funny is that you post a picture of your bike. Say you put, I don't know, T-bars and an FXR T-fairing on your Indian. I remember I mocked up something on Instagram, and people got so mad. They were like, "No, it's not how you do it. I would do it like this." And it's not your bike, dude.
It's your bike. Yeah, it's your personality. I think
they get so worked up about that.
Yeah, there's some diehards when it comes to the stuff, and I've had people say, "Why did you buy this bike, my Indian FTR?" It's like it's not really
I love
an
that
Indian.
thing, dude.
I love it. I love it. To me, it's an Indian. It's an Indian.
I want it.
Well, no, you can't. Not mine. You should buy one yourself, though, man. They're a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay. I was like, you can't have mine. You definitely can't have mine. I like your bike though. I like it a lot. When I was watching that Iron Butt challenge, or is it no? There's 1,000 mile.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Same thing. All right. Yeah, because I remember I just talked to somebody and they're like, we were trying to figure it out, and I guess it's like a saddle sore or
saddle sore. Yeah, there's 100.
It's whatever. It's an Iron Butt. I was wondering like how comfortable. Yeah, you started at 2. Was it 2 a.m. you started?
Yeah, because that's the other thing is I wanted as much sunrise, like, or not sun on me.
Yeah.
Because when we went to Fort Worth, the previous time I left at 4, and dude, Texas is hot regardless. But when you get like North Texas, just feels and just that weird wavy like landscape where you know it's hot, you see dust, but whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And it's just miserable, just hot air on a hot body. Just, this is miserable. And so I was like, no, not this time. But I didn't want to start too early where it was kind of the one thing that we always learned growing up was if you're out at a party, even though we had a curfew, you know, if you find yourself at 2 a.m., wait till 2:30. That way, most people leaving a bar, they have that. So I kind of wanted to that same window. It's just good teachers that I've had since I was growing up. Is always be wary, stay vigilant on the road, and especially leaving that early in the morning. But that's also early enough to where all the critters have gone to bed. Usually they stop crittering around. Yeah. So it was kind of like strategical. But
why'd you choose Phoenix? Why'd you go that way instead of like north or east or any of that stuff?
Well, because it was for Born Free, and so it was happened to be directly from Austin. Was 1,000 miles, just perfect.
Nice.
Let's do it. And then the next day was a short ride. Well, in time wise, it felt like super hot. But it was cool because that morning we were coming through. Here in Austin, you have cityscape, and then the farther you get out west, it's like even an hour outside the city is just country. It's just like country living, baby. Mm-hmm. And it was cool because it's 3 a.m. when we're coming to this gas station, we're meeting everyone else, and it was a full moon, and you see the road. There's no cars out, and you could just see the weeds and the trees just clear. I mean, you saw dark skies, but then everything was lit up. And it was just so beautiful. Just like, bro, where am I? Like, what?
Dude, you like find like the weirdest, like not weirdest, but like the most unique take on scenery. Like you literally are thinking through, you're looking through like a camera basically this whole time. I love that, dude. That's awesome.
That's what I like about riding is that because I remember we were going through Galveston. It's not a great drive. You're going through I-10. It's just potholes everywhere. Just semis trying to kill you. And it's just boring. You're like, trying to blast it. You're just trying to get there as quick as possible. I'd done it in cars previously, and then you get to the beach, and then you start smelling the salt air. But with the motorcycle, you feel it. You hear the seagulls calling. It's just like super cinematic. I think that's how I always think, but it's completely different. I mean, the memories that you make on a bike, it's so much more involved and immersive because you feel the air. I mean, it's extremely hot. When we were coming from Phoenix to California, you felt the heat off the asphalt, and it was just oh, dude. I mean, you felt like you were like a piece of bacon, just little lines coming up, and it was just miserable. But it was just like, but it's just amazing. I love it.
Yeah,
I love riding 100%. Yeah.
You're a part of the experience. You're not just watching it from your car.
Yeah, the windshield, just like. Yeah. And then you also have more distractions in the car, which I try not to. I mean, everyone's guilty, but boring drive. Let me change the music real quick, and then you're just like, oh, hey.
Yeah, I take naps when I'm driving, so.
Tesla, baby.
That's right. Dude, if they come out with a Tesla van, do you think you'll get something like that? Because, man, I think Amazon's coming out with one.
That's a tough question. I joked around with it saying I would, and it's a cool concept, but I kind of find myself torn because they say it's a smaller footprint, sure, but then to harvest all the materials, it's a pretty big footprint, dude. Yeah, and then that massive, it's like, and it's convenient, but then also the distance, I'm not too sure. And the convenience of you can get gas wherever, and I can carry a thing of gas with me. But I wonder if it would void your warranty 100%, and you're paying like $100,000 for a car, so you probably wouldn't want to do it. But you could do solar panels and then just continuously recharge. You'd have to do some fitment, but then you can just drive to the ends of the earth until something breaks, and then you take a Tesla and they're like, oh, well, you mess with it, so we can't really mess with you, sir.
So you're already thinking all these loopholes on it, man.
Hack the system, dude.
I think I dropped my mic. Let's see.
You're good. Yeah, because when I was building the van, I was doing that solar panels. I was like, you could do this with a Tesla probably, and
I don't know. What about because we're thinking like long distance. I mean, obviously they're not going to work very well. But what about a bike that is just battery operated? Would you get one? No.
Oh, I say no, but I want that the EXC EXCF, the KTM version.
Okay.
That's just so dope, and that's just battery operated.
I was thinking like something like a dirt bike.
American.
You're an American. I love that. But I was thinking like a dirt bike that was just a battery operated, because it's just all torque. And if I'm gonna go riding anywhere, it's gonna be within like 100 miles of my house. So I'm just gonna go ride, come back, charge it up, and then boom, I'm done. But
do you still do? You can go ahead. I'll remember my question.
No, I think I know where you're going with that one, but
What?
Go ahead. Saturday Scramblers. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No.
If you still do videos like that. I remember when I first came across your video, I was like, "What is this dude doing?" Click. I was like, "Oh, that's pretty dope."
He's taking his stupid Harley off road.
Oh, dude, I don't know why I just remembered that. But when you start talking about the going at like 100 miles to your house, I was just like, "Oh, dude."
Yeah, dude, I want to get back into it. I really want to get back into it, and that brought out my photography mind, like, because I had a third shot, I had my second one on the handlebars on my face, so I'm trying to figure out, you know, what angle this is going to look like when I'm on the ridge. So that really brought out, and then I added music. I was doing music with that, so that brought out that I really like. So I mean, I understand when you're riding and you're like looking at all the scenery, you're like, oh man, maybe like at 100 elevation, this is how it's going to look, but then maybe from this angle, it's going to look this way. I get that mindset that you have. Maybe not with all the skill you have, but I understand that creative process.
It's just practice, man. It's just, you just do it over and over, and like, then it just becomes secondhand. I just wish more people appreciate it, where it's just like, dude, you know, but I can't knock it because it's the society. Like there was this video, used to be so mad at this dude. I don't even know what his channel is, but a lot of his thumbnails have super big eyes, and all he does is just waffles a bunch of stuff. Where it's like, will it waffle? And he's like, let's do 100 gummy worms. And then he freezes it and tries to eat it. He's like, no, 40 million views. And it's like, oh, bro, what? And it's like, oh, well, I mean, he's figured out like the system and how to play it 100%. You the man, bro.
Dude, imagine if you did something like that, but on the side, never show your face. And that was what made you money. And then now you go off and go travel.
That's true, yeah.
So,
yeah. Ain't no shame, dude.
That's that creative thing I'm thinking right now. Maybe I want to do a Will It waffle or Will It panini or something.
There you go, just something. Will It cereal, and you're over here doing, I don't know, whatever it is.